Hey guys, so today I decided to do something a little bit fun and do the cloth pad tag. Now this tag has been circulating around for more than a year. I've just never actually had a chance to do it, so I thought it'd be fun. Forgive me if I look a little rough today. I haven't been feeling well and the kids are asleep, so I just figured if I was gonna do a video this weekend, it was now or never. So, if you are interested in doing the cloth pad tag yourself, I will have all of the questions down in the description box. But otherwise, we'll go ahead and just get started. So the first question is favorite style. So I do prefer the all-in-one style of pad, but to be slightly more specific, I prefer asymmetrical or front bleeder pads. And this one from Versatile is really a great shape for me. I really enjoy the pads that she makes. This one is a 10-inch. And then I also have a sample for you from the shop Beach Bottom. This one is a liner, also 10 inches and super, super cute. But basically an asymmetrical pad is kind of slightly wonky, meaning that the wings are off center so that there's more length to one end than there is to the other. And this longer side tends to have a wider flare as well. Next question is my favorite brand. So this one is actually kind of easy, and that is the brand Gator Cloth. Gator Cloth is definitely my favorite, and Anna, the maker, she and I have actually become pretty good friends, and I really, really enjoy her stuff. This is a performance PK, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, topper. WinPro back. This one is a moderate, and then I also have one of her surged style pads. This, oh my gosh, I mean, just look at it. And she does such high quality serging. I don't know if you guys can see that, but her stuff is just masterfully done. I mean, she is probably one of the highest quality makers that I've tried. So definitely love Gator Cloth. Next question is favorite color. So obviously it means favorite color pads, but just overall in general in life, green is my favorite color. So green is also my favorite color of pad. So I picked a couple of pads that have, you know, my style of green on them. These all happen to be OBV toppers, but I mean, come on. All of these are absolutely amazing. And this is probably the closest to my favorite color, which is chartreuse, which is more of a lime green. So this is probably my favorite topper. Next question is favorite prints. So I did just tell you that OBV was my favorite, and really, in all honesty, hand-dyed fabrics tend to be my favorite prints. I know that they're not technically a print, but I just love how hand-dyed toppers look, how they're basically a one-of-a-kind pad each and every time. So just hand-dyed materials in general. I've tried raw silk, I've tried cotton velour, bamboo velour, which tends to be my favorite. And it's just, I think hand-dyed is just so gorgeous and unique and colorful, and it's definitely my favorite print, even though it's not really a print. Next question is favorite length. So 10 inches is my go-to, whether it is an asymmetrical or a symmetrical pad. This is a 10-inch from Pad Thai Cloth, this is a 10-inch from Versatile, and here's a 10-inch asymmetrical from Honeymoon Reusables. Favorite topper fabric is the next one, and this one was super, super easy. Despite my love of hand-dyed fabrics, knit materials are definitely what I consider to be the most comfortable. This is one from Royal Maze Fluff. Here's a knit in Lord of the Rings, hello, from Mother Moon. And then I have this knit Alice in Wonderland from Gator Cloth. And then this is another Alice in Wonderland. You can tell I have a thing for Alice in Wonderland, so. But definitely knit fabrics are my favorite toppers. I feel like they're the floppiest and they're the most comfortable. Favorite backing. You know, I do have two, and I tried to pick between the two, and I guess they kind of tie between micro fleece and WinPro fleece. They serve completely different purposes. One is more of a liner backer, and the other is, you know, for actual menstrual flow. But I guess just in counting how many I had of each, WinPro definitely won out. I have the vast majority of my stash is WinPro backed pads. So I have a couple different types of WinPro to show you. These are all from different makers. But WinPro comes in a lot of different styles, and these are just a couple of them. You can see that they basically look the same. They're a very dense fleece fabric, and they are very, very water resistant, and that's why I like them. They're trim, thin, functional and really soft, and they help to anchor your pads to your undergarments so that they don't swivel and slide around while you're wearing them. So all in all, it's kind of a win-win. WinPro is my favorite backer. My favorite overnight is actually a newer pad in my stash. I've only had it for probably about 3 months now, and that is my 12-inch Ulti Mini from Homestead Emporium. It is topped in this absolutely gorgeous kind of red and orange, maybe even a little bit of yellow in there, OBV, and then it is backed in WinPro. And it is just super, super comfortable. I do have a review on Homestead Emporium here on the channel. It was the last video that I posted, and these are probably some of my favorite pads in my entire stash, probably second only to my gator cloth. So the next question is out and about, what's my favorite pad? So I figured that I would exclude liners from this and say pad specific, so something that actually is utilized for menstrual flow. What's my favorite pad? And I do tend to like a straighter style pad. So, and this is kind of an oldie but goodie for me. I've had this pad since very early on in my journey with cloth, and this is my Novel Red 11-inch straight style moderate. It's crushed velvet. It's one of the first crushed velvet topped pads that I ever had. Crushed velvet has always been a favorite of mine, and this pad just has always been very floppy, very comfortable, and I am a really big fan of this pad. So I'd say it's probably one that I reach for every single cycle, and just since I've had it for so long and I still like it so much, I figure it's got staying power, so I'll say that it's my favorite out and about pad. Next question is my favorite Pantyliner. Now I have dozens of panty liners. I wear liners on a daily basis, and I have to kind of, give a shout out to myself, I guess, because I designed a asymmetrical liner pattern that I really love, and this is actually the first of that pattern that I ever made. This is an asymmetrical 10-inch liner. It's cotton topped and backed in anti-pill fleece, and this thing I have worn so much. I mean, I'm gonna wear this thing till it falls apart. It's definitely my favorite. I think the topper is really cute, really functional, really comfy, and I just really like it. Okay, so my favorite pad in my stash is the next question, and this one was super, super easy. It is my Surge pad from Gator Cloth. I figure if she's my favorite maker, then one of her pads is probably my favorite, and her Surge style, she knows this, her Surge style is kind of like my holy grail style of pad. Just super, super high quality. It's knit topped, which is my favorite topper. It's got a WinPro back, which is my favorite backer. Its core is bamboo. I mean, it's just functionally wonderful, well constructed, and beautiful. So definitely my favorite. Next question is my favorite detergent. And as far as detergents go, my family only uses one, so I guess it has to be my favorite, and it's, hold on. Tide Original Powder. We use this one because I use it with my daughter's cloth diapers, and so it's kind of the only thing we ever have in the house, so I guess that means it's my favorite? I guess? I don't know, maybe? So the next question is my favorite stain remover. Now, if you'd asked me this question a couple of months ago, I probably would have said OxiClean, but I've actually stopped using OxiClean during my wash routine. So I just use cold water now, a cold water soak and Fells Naphtha. So here is my completely distorted bar of Fells Naphtha. I typically hold my soiled pads in the palm of my hand and rub the Fells Naphtha on it like this, which is why the Fells Naphtha bar has kind of conformed to the shape of my palm. But this stuff just works amazingly well. I don't have to use anything else when I use this except for cold water. So a cold water soak, Fells Naphtha if there's a stain, boom, done. So the next question is my favorite storage solution, and it's right behind me, right here. It's my 3-drawer Sterilite container. It just has enough room for my entire stash. And, it works. It's not too fancy. It doesn't look horrible. It's just kind of there and it works. And it also keeps me from buying more pads because it's kind of full. So that also helps as far as budgeting. Next question is my favorite place to purchase. And this has also changed recently. I mean, if you would have asked me this a year ago, I would have said Etsy, hands down. But recently I found that there are a lot of really great makers who only use Facebook as their platform, and they tend to be the makers that I'm gravitating towards more now, so I definitely will say Facebook. I feel like you get the full gamut on Facebook because you get the makers that are just on Facebook, and then the people on Etsy tend to have a Facebook page, and the people on Hyena Cart tend to have a Facebook page. So I just like going onto the different Facebook groups, and you tend to see everybody kind of all gathered together, whether they sell on Facebook or not. So I'll definitely say Facebook. My favorite thing about cloth is the last question here in the tag, and I guess I'd say that the comfort is probably my favorite thing about cloth pads, and I guess second to that would be the diversity in the kinds of pads that are available. I mean, I've shown you this many pads in this video, and all of them are very unique. They're all very different, and I like them all for different reasons. And I couldn't say that about a Kotex pad when I was wearing disposables. And I guess if I had to throw in kind of the thing that just puts it over the top is just the eco-friendly nature of cloth pads. The fact that there's not a lot of waste involved. I figured out a wash routine now that doesn't use a whole lot of water. And I feel like it's just better for the earth. And being eco-friendly is definitely a high priority for me as well. So yeah, I guess those are three things that I enjoy about cloth. But just overall, I think cloth pads are fantastic. They're great. And I'm happy to make them and to wear them, and they're fabulous. So that is the cloth pad tag for me. I hope you guys have a great day. And definitely, if you want to do the tag yourself, you can go ahead and find all of the questions down in the description box. Bye guys, have a good one.